What is going on, guys? Welcome once again to another Buy the Dips, Sell the Rips video. Boy, have we been killing it. Oh my goodness, we've been doing amazing trading inside these videos. And I want to give you guys a quick update on one that we recently called, which was Triple T. We actually, guys, gave you the bottom here on Triple T at 4.4 mil. Currently ran up all the way to 26 mil. So if you guys are not paying attention to these videos, you guys are extremely missing out on making these crazy gains. But the great thing about that is that not only are these videos printing, but also Boltz Alpha is doing amazing with a bunch of 10x's. Crazy. We're going to talk about it today. Today, we're going to be talking about two different networks. We're going to be talking about Solana and, of course, the brand new, most hottest thing right now in meme coins, which is Robinhood coins. So if you guys want to make sure you lock in and get ready, because we've been doing pretty well. Triple T, I don't want to mention it no more because it's already ran up. If you watched the video, you already are making some really fat bread. But now let's take a look at what else dips we could find that could generate you some money. So let's kick it off with the first one, which was Jotchua. So this one in particular did already do a beautiful run from that 3.3 that we had inside Boltz Alpha. We actually called this one here. It ran up to 6 mil, so that gave us a nice, beautiful 2x. But now it's coming back down to that zone again, and we are mentioning it once again. I don't think this is completely over. There's a lot of liquidity flowing over to Robinhood, so that's why we're seeing some dips on these coins. But I think eventually things are going to kind of, settle down, and we're going to see some of these coins go up. Really like this one. Gotcha at 3.3 mil. I think it's a beautiful entry right there. 3.8, not bad. Anything below 4 mil, I think should theoretically still net you a 2x, maybe even more. Not financial advice, but this is definitely one that you really want to pay attention to. The next one we have, guys, is cards. This is one of my favorite ones. I've called this multiple times since the beginning of time, since it first came out. Gave us beautiful X's. We also called it back down here at the 7 mil. As you see, ran out to 80. A nice little 10x here. Right now, it's coming down. Ideally, 37 mil is not a bad entry because I think that eventually this will break 100. But if things keep coming down, we could probably snap it at 25, and I think that is like the most beautiful entry you could possibly get on this one. So we're waiting for that dip, but we're still adding. If we're not in it, I'm still adding for a nice little potential 2x, maybe, hopefully, to see what we could do from here, because from 40 to 80, that's still a 2x, okay? Ideally, I think this reverses nicely and pretty quick, depending on what, how the cards are playing out there. But still pretty good entry here at 37, not bad. Ideally, I would love to see this to come to 25 for all of you guys, so you guys can start printing and making some dough. There are some coins that I'm not going to mention here in this video because there are a lot of really good dips right now. So if you want all that information, it's going to be inside Boltz Alpha. So you want to make sure you guys head over there. But I'm giving you guys the ones that I think have the most potential, that are almost completely bottomed out, that could reverse, okay? Because I can't jam this video with too many coins because it's going to make you guys be like, which one do I buy? Which one do I buy, right? The next one we have is Kings. And this is, of course, the game meta that was doing really well before the whole, influencer meta that we got with Ansem. And it kind of pushed this chart down. And now with the whole Robinhood thing, it keeps pushing it down. Right now it's at 8 mil. Not a bad entry. But ideally, I think we might see this come down to 6 mil. Okay. We might see this come down to 6 mil. And that's kind of like where you kind of want to be like, okay, I want to get in that position, right? Not a bad entry here at 8.4. Don't get me wrong. This is still not a bad entry. It still could give you a 2x. But ideally, this is the hot pocket right here. 8.5 to 6 mil. I think that's the nice little hot pocket you're looking here to get on this one, Kings, if you haven't got a chance to get into this one. The next one we have, guys, is Pippin. Now, this is an older coin. And the thing with older coins, I always want to make sure I let you guys know, these take longer to pump, but they end up pumping. I gave you this coin here at 20 mil. Actually, it was 19 million when I gave you this coin last year, and it pumped all the way to 900 million. Okay, crazy run up on that one. I'm not saying it's gonna go up that high, but I'm saying right now it's almost coming bottom here within that 17 mil, 15 mil range. Not a bad entry. I don't think we see it back down to 13. I highly doubt it, but I think right now it's a very good entry to still give you a couple X's on the nice upside there. The next one we have, guys, is Buttcoin. Now, ideally for Buttcoin, 11.5 mil is not bad. 10 mil would be the best entry because that's a nice little 2x running up to 20. or maybe to 30 to 40, give you some upside there. So I preferably would love to see this below 10 or somewhere around 10, because then I could just multiplically say, okay, if it breaks all-time high, that's like, that's a 5 to 6x. But right now it's kind of been consolidating there and it's been holding very, very strong. So anything below, I would say anything below 12 is pretty solid. Right now it's at 11.7, but ideally you want to get around 10. 10 would be the nice sweet spot there. And if it becomes a little bit lower than 10, I don't think it drops anything below 7. So I think that 10 to 7 would be the best entry, but 10 is actually pretty solid if you ask me. The next one we have is 3.WS. This one, once again, beautiful entry. This is kind of like one of the biggest plays that literally I see almost no one talk about, but this is a Microsoft play. And it's just crazy how no one's really talking about this, but it only ran up almost, guys, just 20 mil. And it's coming down to 1.5, came down to 1.3. Pretty interesting coin, and I think it is not completely over. Anything between 1.5 and 1.3, I think it's an ideal entry. And this eventually will run back up at least to 6 mil, I think. Okay. So that's 3WS. Then we have its Cupsey. Now, the thing with Cupsey, guys, is it had just bad luck. It came back out at the wrong time. It still ran up, but it just came out at the wrong time where it was not sustainable to hold that high market cap. Right now, it came down to 3.4. That would be the best entry. 3.4, anything like 3 mil or 3.5, beautiful entry. Right now, it's at 4 million. Still not a bad entry. Okay, not a bad entry, but you could see it coming down just a little bit, maybe at 3.5, 3.8. That would be the sweet spot. But if you just want to get a little bit of position there, you can throw a little bit of dust, see if it comes down, and then buy a pretty chunk amount if it comes down to 3.5, 3.3. Okay, now we're going to be talking about Robinhood coins. And these are going to go parabolic. And I think eventually this coin right here, which we called at 60 mil, we were a little bit late on this one because you guys know we do the no signal, no noise thing. And we want to make sure we're constantly getting in the coins that are not going to be completely like ruggable or do really bad. So we had to make sure that this thing was actually going to be legit. So I ran up to 60 mil. That's what we call it inside Boltz Alpha. Ran up to 227 million. And right now it's consolidating here at 165 million. Ideally with this coin, this is what I would love to see this coin happen, okay? With this particular coin, if you guys are not trading this and you don't know how to trade it, I made a specific video going about how to trade Robinhood coins. But just a quick thesis, down below, I have a link to GMGN, and you can just click on that, and you could literally load that up with Sol, with ETH, and completely just go into the coin and trade in Robinhood. So it's super easy. If you want to get more information, you can watch the video as well just to get a better idea. But 165, what I want to see with this coin is the following. Okay, so if it's able to hold this 165, 140 range, that's what I want to see. I wanted to hold that range, right? 165, 135 range. I wanted to hear. If it bounces from here, it's amazing. But if it comes down here, it's still pretty good. And then I want this to rip to 300. That's what I want to see. Hopefully this happens this week, or it just maintains that 200 million floor, and we see that happening. And the higher this coin, the higher the other coins we're going to talk about right now are going to go up. The next one we have is Juggernaut. And if you guys were inside Boltz Alpha, which I wish all of you guys are, because if you want to print, that's where you need to be at. We dropped this alpha inside Boltz Alpha at 1.5 mil, and it ran up to 20 mil, guys. 20 mil, giving us a nice 10x here on this one. So this one did really good for us here. But in addition to that, it's not over. Okay, it came down here to 8. Right now it's back to 12. Ideally, we want to see how high this peak goes, this green candle that we have right here. The reason I'm mentioning it is because the higher the the Cashcat goes, the higher this is gonna go. But we want to make sure we grab this one like around 10 or 8. Okay, so if you're looking to get this one, if you're not in it here, and unfortunately you weren't inside Boltz Alpha, this is kind of like the range you're looking for, 8 mil to 10 mil range. And it comes down here and consolidates a little bit, and then it should get a nice little run up if you're in this one. The next one we want to mention, again, all of these guys are in green, because that's what we like to buy. Once again, drop this inside Boltz Alpha at that 1 mil range here. And now it ran up all the way to 17 mil, and it's looking like it's testing all-time high again. So this is another interesting one. Once again, we're looking for the same pocket as the other one, which is this 8 mil to 10 mil range, and hopefully it comes back down here after it kind of makes this nice little green run here. And like I said, the higher the cat one goes, the higher these are going to go. Okay, so these, I'm just giving you guys the ones that I feel have a nice potential to run up. Now, I'm going to give you one that's a newer coin that I still think will do pretty decent. And like I said, I can't mention all the coins in this video because I'm already mentioning a lot. But if you want more other coins, we're going to be mentioning those inside Boltz Alpha. So the last one I have for you guys is this one. This is the Risk one. It's a newer coin, newer community. I like the idea, which is dogs in suits, which is actually pretty cool. Right now it's hovering around 1.3 to 1 million there. That range is good. I would kind of see like if I could get there in that 1.3 to 1 million range just to see what happens. But there is still a high risk with this one because this is a newer one. Okay, so just keep in mind when they're newer, it's just a higher risk, but a bigger reward since you're buying them lower. So just keep that in mind. And that's what we have for today. What's we think coins that we see that are completely bottomed out, where we think we can get a nice advantage, and you guys can get a nice little rip. Let's see which one of these that we mentioned rips, which one are you picking up? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget we stream every Tuesday and Thursdays live, catching 10x plays live on stream. And in addition to that, you want to see this video early, you want to get the alpha fast, Boltz Alpha is where to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.